Big Bertha, you were supposed to outlive me. Nobody kills 70 years of memories and walks away.
By next week, he'll be begging to sell Lake.
You should have checked who owned the water first.
I found Big Bertha floating belly up at sunrise. 8-pound base. 3 years of morning feedings watching her grow from decent-sized into a lake legend. Now she was just another casualty in Vivian Blackwater's suburban war, drifting alongside 200 other dead fish in water the color of antifreeze. The chemical smell hit me before I even reached the dock. Sharp copper sulfate, mixed with mass death. My lake, my grandfather's lake, crystal clear spring-fed water that had been in our family since 1952, turned into a toxic waste site overnight. My name is Marcus Reed, 52 years old. Retired electrician turned solar installer in Pine Ridge, North Carolina. My 12-acre property with its spring-fed lake has been in my family for 70 years, back when this whole area was tobacco fields and common sense. Blue herons nest in the cypress trees. Bass jump at dawn. My grandfather taught me to fish from that dock. Then the developers built Willow Creek Estates around me. 847 McMansions, and Vivian Blackwater moved in and appointed herself HOA president within 6 months. She spent months filing false complaints about my dock, hiring surveyors to dispute boundaries established since Truman was president, organizing noise campaigns during my morning fishing hours, and suing me over 6 inches of dock space in county court. When every attack failed, she paid Clearwater Solutions $3,500 cash to dump industrial algaecide into my lake at 2 in the morning. The security footage from my neighbor's doorbell camera was crystal clear. 2 figures in protective suits, 26 minutes to destroy 70 years of family heritage. Standing on that dock holding Big Bertha's lifeless body, I made 2 phone calls. First to the county environmental emergency line, second to my real estate attorney, Tom Martinez. Tom is the one who first suggested I dig into my grandfather's original deed. I spent a Monday in the county courthouse basement breathing dust that hadn't been disturbed since Y2K, digging through file boxes nobody had touched in decades, and I found a paragraph that stopped my heart. All water rights surface and subsurface to underground spring system and tributaries there too, in perpetuity. My grandfather hadn't just bought land. He'd bought every drop of water flowing through the underground aquifer system, extending beneath what would become Vivian's entire subdivision. The developer who built Willow Creek Estates had drilled his wells directly into my grandfather's spring 400 feet downstream from my lake, never purchased the water rights. Probably never knew they existed as a separate legal asset. For 15 years, 847 families had been drinking my water without permission or compensation. I calculated the back payments at market rate, $30 million. Then the water testing results came back from the independent lab, and everything became much more urgent. Copper sulfate levels, 4 times above. EPA safe drinking water standards were flowing through limestone channels toward every faucet in Vivian's perfect subdivision. She had poisoned herself trying to poison me. I didn't use the $30 million to destroy 800 innocent families who had nothing to do with what Vivian did. I used it as leverage for something better. At the community meeting, Vivian sat on stage in her designer suit with that cornered animal look in her eyes while 300 residents demanded answers about their children's stomach pain and the metallic taste in their morning coffee. I walked to the microphone and read the paragraph from my grandfather's deed out loud. Then I told them I was waiving all back payments for water usage. Relief swept across 300 faces. But Vivian Blackwater poisoned a water supply that legally belongs to me, I continued, while your children got sick, and then she tried to cover it up. That is a federal environmental crime. The sheriff's deputy walked toward the stage with an arrest warrant. This is a setup, she screamed. That redneck contaminated his own lake to frame me. 300 people watched her get handcuffed. 3 cameras recorded it. The mask came off completely in the last moment, pure rage and contempt for everyone in that room. She pleaded guilty to federal environmental destruction, illegal dumping, embezzlement of HOA funds, and obstruction of justice. 3 years, federal prison. $75,000 in restitution. Real estate law license permanently revoked. The lake restoration took 18 months. Native plants, bioremediation, careful water cycling. Monthly EPA tests showed contamination dropping to 0. Big Bertha's descendants are thriving now. Every Saturday morning I open the dock to families from the subdivision. Kids who never held a fishing rod learn to cast from the same spot where my grandfather taught me 70 years ago. Children whose parents were unknowingly drinking my contaminated water now sit beside me in the morning quiet and watch the base jump at dawn. Vivian spent months trying to drive me off this land. Instead, she drove herself into a federal prison cell and gave me the best fishing program in the county. My grandfather bought this water for $8,000 in 1952. Turns out it was worth a lot more than that.